Who was the most aura in history? Listen, I'm not going to explain what aura means. That word has been run down. I mean, it's everywhere. If you're watching this video, you probably already know what the word aura means. So let's get straight into it. Jesus Christ. We all know him, the Son of God, came down to earth, died on the cross for our sins. Yeah, that Jesus. Now, whether or not you believe he's real or not, or you're just part of another religion, is fine. Let's just focus on this. Jesus had to have the most aura in all of history. Like, bro, he's literally the most famous person of all time. Think of when something surprising or bad or even good happens. Like, what do people say out of instinct? Jesus Christ. Yeah, my point exactly. Some examples of his aura is moments you already know. Like that one time he walked on water during a storm. He also did a bunch of miracles like curing the blind, turning water into wine, and bringing back Lazarus from the dead. And it doesn't stop there. He also literally died on the cross, and 3 days later he came back to life, like fully healed, brand new. Before they had whipped him, nailed him to the cross, so he had all these holes in his hands and scars all over his body. And he came back to life and was perfectly brand new. Also, not to mention that the dude is literally the Son of God. So yeah, let's just go ahead and put him on S tier. Michael Jackson, the king of pop. Everybody's heard of him. This dude's songs are extremely iconic, from Thriller, Bad to even Billie Jean. He even single-handedly popularized the moonwalk. To give you an idea of how much aura Michael Jackson had, like right now in the modern era, in the Super Bowl halftime show, it's always these big name celebrity acts performing. Names like Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar, Katy Perry. Michael Jackson was really the first big name celebrity to ever perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. Before then, it was just a bunch of performance bands that nobody's really ever heard of. And on top of that, at the start of the halftime show that he was performing at, for the first 1 minute and 30 seconds, he just stood there doing nothing. And guess what? The crowd was going crazy. People were shouting, screaming, like generally going crazy. Because you know why? Because it was Michael Jackson. Like, they felt the dude's aura. And this wasn't just a one-time thing. In his own concerts, he had people fainting and passing out by the mere presence of him. And even outside his concerts, like in public, like if a small number of people were to find him in public, like, within minutes, a huge crowd would swarm around him. And what's crazy is that this was the age before social media, so like, he really had that pull. Like, bruh, people were so hyped up to meet Michael Jackson that even Princess Diana was nervous and excited to meet Michael Jackson. Like, that's literally royalty, excited to meet MJ. On top of all that, despite coming out in 1982, his album Thriller is still the highest sold album of all time. Yeah, no, Michael Jackson, let's go ahead and put him at 8 here. Now, Alexander the Great was a Macedonian king and military genius who by age 32 had a large empire, one of the largest in history, stretching all the way from Greece to India. And during his conquests and battles, he's never actually lost a battle. Like, bruh, this dude is like how Michael Jordan fans glaze him and say that he's never lost an NBA Finals, that he's 6-0 undefeated. Yeah, Alexander is kind of like that in that he has never lost a battle. That's just one of his multiple feats, along with him taming an untamable horse aged only 12, getting educated by Aristotle. Yes, that Aristotle. By 18, he was already leading troops at the Battle of Chaeronea. He became king of Macedonia at age 20, and he just rolled up in Egypt, and the Egyptians, because they had heard a lot about him or something, they just straight up made him a pharaoh, like without a fight, like not tussle or anything. He also had over 20 cities named after him, a lot of them called Alexandria. Also, fun fact, at around 32 years old, a Roman official visited the Temple of Hercules in Spain and saw a statue of Alexander the Great. Realizing that Alexander had conquered most of the known world by his age, while he himself had accomplished far less, the Roman broke down in tears and felt like a failure. That Roman official was called Julius Caesar. So let's put Alexander the Great at 8 here. And speaking of Julius Caesar was a Roman leader and military commander who took control of Rome and ended its republic. He passed away in 44 BC, but his rule changed history and led to the rise of the Roman Empire. Now, this dude had mad confidence. An example of this was when he got kidnapped by pirates and they demanded 20 talents, because this was back in the day and they didn't have dollars for some reason. Yeah, they demanded 20 talents for his ransom, and this dude said he got offended that they only demanded 20 talents. He demanded them to put up at least 50. Like they kidnapped dude and set an amount for his ransom and he said it should be way higher. Like no glazing, but this has a lot of aura to it. And also when they freed him, he captured the same guys that kidnapped him and just straight crucified them. Damn. Also, he had an affair with Queen Cleopatra of Egypt. You may have heard of her, you may have not. And to top it all off, after his death, his name Caesar was used to mean king. Like it could be used interchangeably. Like his last name Caesar was used to mean king. Yeah, Julius Caesar goes to beat here. But alas, no man is immortal. And even he someday died. But here's the catch. His death was a mystery. Like no one knew how he died or even where he was buried. Like he just disappeared, poof, into nothingness. One highlight and something crazy I found out about Genghis Khan while researching this video was a quote I saw of him where he once said before one of his conquests, which was, and I quote, "If you had not committed great sins, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you." Bruh, this is on the levels of like King Von or like NBA Youngboy type timing. Yeah, no, Genghis Khan, let's just go ahead and put him at bait here.